Hey guys, what is up? Shadolance back for another review. Finally getting around to the MAC-11 SE review. I know I haven't even done the regular MAC-11 yet, but I have to say this gun is fantastic, although I do still prefer the Micro Uzi metal. I won't actually be comparing it to the Micro Uzi metal. I'm going to be comparing it only to MAC-11 variants and MAC-10 if you want to consider that, just because there's now a lot of variants. A while ago it was just the regular MAC-10, then we saw the release of the MAC-10 SE, and then the Honda's MAC-10. I don't know which one of those came first. Maybe the Honda's came first, but one of those two, and then the other one. And then we saw the MAC-11 and the MAC-11 SE. In fact, the MAC-11 SE actually came out a little bit before the MAC-11 did, just by about 2 weeks or so. So going straight into the stats of the MAC-11 SE. Damage of 36, rivaling the Micro Uzi, just the regular Micro Uzi. The portability of 91 is very high, making it one of the most portable guns in the entire game. Rate of fire of 90 is obviously way up there, pretty much on par with today's SMGs. It's just what you see typically everywhere. The accuracy of 73 is pretty high. That is really, really high for an SMG. And the recoil is in general very low. However, the stat is 67, so the recoil is quite a bit higher, but in general it is a lot less noticeable just given to the fact of the recoil pattern. It's a lot more manageable than some other guns, and definitely more manageable than its MAC-11 and MAC-11 SE counterparts. You can put on magazines and suppressors. Unlike the other MAC-10, MAC-11 variants, you cannot put a scope on this, unfortunately. If I had to make a suggestion, S1 suppressor, since you can't put a scope on it anyway, that's the way to go. Magazines are really up to you, but honestly, this gun has very low damage drop-off, given the fact that it has a 36 damage. It's performs pretty much exactly like the Micro Uzi, except it doesn't have a suppressor. So if you have the NX standard Micro Uzi, that's just more or less how it performs. Comparing it to the regular MAC-11, which is available for NX standard at $25 worth of NX, you see a damage of 35, portability of 89, rate of fire of 90, accuracy of 71, and recoil of 72. Both guns are only fully automatic. There are no burst modes. The MAC-11 can take a magazine and a suppressor. There is no scope available for the gun. Comparing the stats, there's a 1-point increase in damage, portability goes from 89 to 91, rate of fire stays the same at 90, accuracy goes from 71 to 73, so a slight increase in that, recoil goes from 72 to 67, so the biggest buff is the decrease in recoil, and actually there is a slight change in recoil pattern, although I do believe it's also similar to the original MAC-10. The MAC-11 has a similar recoil pattern to the original MAC-10 for GP. The MAC-10 SE got a slightly different recoil pattern, and I do believe it shares the same one as the basic MAC-11. The Honda's MAC-10 is a little bit different. It's a really weird gun, to be completely honest. I don't know why we haven't seen an epic variant of the Uzi, but I'm sure we will eventually. Looking at the stats of the Hondas, there's a damage of 36, portability of 90, rate of fire of 87, which is surprisingly low, accuracy of 74, and recoil of 64, fully automatic and customizable with a magazine sight and suppressor, so that's kind of nice. It's back in the MAC-10 variants instead of the MAC-11. Compared to the MAC-11 SE, it has the same damage, and honestly, I've never really used the Hondas extensively, so I don't know about the damage drop-off personally. The portability is 1 point lower at 90 compared to the MAC-11 SE's 91. The rate of fire is down by 3 points. Rate of fire of 87 compared to 90 on the MAC-11 SE. The accuracy of 74 is 1 point above the accuracy on the MAC-11 SE from 74 to 73, and recoil is lowered also from 67 to 64. So the Honda's MAC-10 is one of the lowest recoil variants of the entire series, and it also has one of the most highly accurate ones. However, the rate of fire is 3 points lower, and honestly, I would prefer the MAC-11 SE over the Hondas because the recoil is already quite low, although it does lead me to think that if the recoil is that low in the MAC-11 SE, the Honda's MAC-10 probably has quite a bit lower recoil, although to be completely honest, the MAC-11 SE has low enough recoil where I don't think being any lower would be as big of a deal. It's just in general a fantastic weapon. The spread recovery is pretty quick. It's not lightning fast, but the overall spread is very small, which is really nice, so there's not a whole lot there to actually recover. The overall damage drop-off is very, very nice on this gun, like I said before, and the rate of fire definitely helps cover the ground much easier. The reload rate and draw rate are both lightning fast. The kind of downside of this gun is it takes up a ton of space on the screen. It is a screen hog. Anyway, guys, that is the review for the MAC-11 SE. Thank you for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, drop a like. I would love to see that. And if you feel so obliged, please subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next review or video. Shadolance out.